Why a second solar system? Is it really required? Why should we have a second solar system? And why is it in my house? Let me just give you the background to it. This 22 watt LED tube light, it's made by Wipro, it's called Pattern. And this is operated by Wi-Fi. It's a Wi-Fi switch enabled tube light. The reason for this again, and this light that is off is a 7 watt Cisca tube light, which is again light, which is again Wi-Fi enabled. So it has got a million color. Both of them, they have got million colors. But more importantly, it is used here for a specific purpose. Now it is 6:34 in the evening. Today is the 6th of August 2021. And there you have my electronics. That is, the iPad is there, and then there's a Google Hub. And down below, there is a charging hub with about 8 ports. And we see 2 junction boxes. There is the smart speaker, you can see, and right here this is a car cigarette lighter, and you can see the voltage of the second solar system, which is 12.2 volts. This AC outlet that you see is again coming from the second outlet, and out of the 3 switches AC, only 1 has been used, 2 are spare, and this is roughly it. There's a DC lamp here. There are, instead of 1, there are 2, which is now not used. So with this Wi-Fi enabled switch, I am able to light each of them in a specific manner. Why do I need a second solar system? That is what it is, my question in this video. And the reason why is, according to me, the sun shines only during the day, and in the night, of course, we need the battery to store up the charge. But this battery, depending on the size, doesn't last the whole night. Of course, you has a capacity that is good enough, then it will last, but then it is at a cost. So I wanted a solar system which I had to work during the daytime. That is, most of the time when the sun comes out, the AC power will be on, because solar power panel will generate DC voltage. And initially, which was supposed to be a DC hub, now it has got its inverter supply where AC comes out. And I didn't invest in it because I had my old inverter. So with that, I converted it into a hybrid inverter, which again, there is something called an SMU. SMU means solar management unit. So I think it can be best understood once I go out. It is not very bright, but still I feel that you should be able to see. So this is the first inverter which powers the house. This charge controller is not being used. And earlier this was a PWM, pulse width modulation based inverter. It's a hybrid inverter, but I have changed it. I have now brought in this MPPT SMU. SMU, as I told you, is solar management unit. So what basically it once the battery down, which is the first the red battery that you see, once it reaches 14.4 volts, then this SMU will disconnect the mains and allow the supply to run totally on the battery until the time that battery reaches a critical level which is higher than In my case, around 11.6 volts if it reaches, then this SMU unit will switch on the inverter again. So this inverter mains, this inverter mains is actually connected to this unit. So the mains of the inverter is controlled by this SMU, and the solar supply that comes, it magnifies the current and then charges the battery also. That is, if you see the YouTube and you read about MPPT charge controllers, I think you will know about it. So I am not really explaining it much. But I was telling you about why do I need the second, why I need the second, what do you call, solar supply. So this is my old battery, blue color Sonic, SF Sonic, which was really not used. So now I am using it for my supply. And this is the one that you see some light, that is Sucam old inverter which was no longer being used. And this is the charge controller for my second unit. It displays various voltages like solar voltage, battery voltage, etc. It has got two USB ports which run my external camera, that is security cams it runs. And these are the various switching units. Now the reason for the second solar unit, or rather yes, solar power unit, is basically because at 9 o'clock I switch off that solar unit and I put it on only after I wake up. So the amount of charge that is required is limited, and equally so the AC power that is required to charge this battery is also not so much required. And really speaking, when I have brought this system into my house, I do find a lot of saving insofar as my electricity is concerned. As I told you, right now both these units are not getting power from the mains, even though the sun has almost gone down. It is 6:30 now. It is just not enough to charge a solar cell, but still both the fan and the house supply and the fridge is not taking any power from the mains. Now this unit is now from this tube light is from the second solar. This fan is from the second solar. All this power that is required for my various gimmicks, which I told you, gizmos, and also the other things that is here, the Google Hub. I use a lot of power. So all of this is now coming from the second solar system. So to answer the question once again, yes, it's very much required because it's exactly the way I use it. Had I been using this second solar system also like the first one, where it doesn't get disconnected in the night and and also throughout the day, now that is the most important thing. That's my innovation again. I have put a Wi-Fi switch which simply cuts off the mains. Let me tell you where this Wi-Fi switch is. There for the second unit. See this round is a Wi-Fi switch. So it is programmed at various times in a day, depending on this present day climate when it is quite cloudy. So without my intervention, the mains is simply cut off, and forcibly the system is supposed to go off into the battery and save my mains. So I have, in fact, the algorithm that I have written in terms of switching on and switching off the Wi-Fi switch makes it very interesting because it really helps me. So this is George Marshall signing off on the 6th of August 2021, and the time is 6:43, just to explain to you the reason for my second solar unit. Basically, for me, was an experiment, and I thought that at the end of the day, it should help me. So here I am again signing off. Bye.